Hey guys, it's Mackenzie with K Renee Homeschool. I'm just coming to you with a video on my review for language. Oh my gosh, language lessons for a living education. I can never say that, and you guys try it. Say it 3 times fast. Anyway, so yeah, I just want to come to you and give you my review on this curriculum. We've been using it. We are on I believe lesson 6, exercise 3. So we have barely scratched the surface. This curriculum for 2nd grade right here, this has everything you need for language arts. And this is perfect for kids that don't like to sit down, don't like to do paperwork for 20-30 minutes straight. This is for more like kinesthetic learners with their hands. So that's how my son is. He gets so bored so quick when it comes to just paper, unless the paper is like super colorful or he has to like do something on the paper, like color it or do like a connect the dots. Like it has to be like activity based. He gets so bored so quick. So and I'm the total opposite. Like I can sit down and do paperwork all day long and totally not even get burned out. So that was kind of hard for me to accept at first, but thank God for this program, honestly. And I really do like that it is Christian based. Like I said before, we are Christian, and it's great to incorporate God into our studies. I really love that. I love that about homeschooling, that we can actually incorporate that, because to be honest, our world needs it. We need some Jesus in our life, and I'm not even joking, I'm being honest. Like, if we start sooner, if we start at this age, it says in the word that, grow a child up in the way. I can't remember exactly, but I know it says grow a child up in the ways of the Lord and they will not depart from it. And I truly believe that. I believe it. Even if there is a child that goes off, like I was the prodigal child, I went off, I went away from the Lord, but I came back. So, anyways, yeah, off on a tangent. Okay, back to the curriculum. So this is a really great book. So I have my bookmarks in here. I don't care if they fall out. So I just want to show you guys this. So this is what it looks like. This is grade 2 or level 2. You don't necessarily have to go off of grade level. Like if your child is ready for this and they're in 1st grade, go for it. If they're not ready for it and they're in 3rd grade or they're in 2nd grade, pull back. That's the beauty about homeschool. You can kind of tailor your schooling on how your child is learning, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses. And that's something for me that's been really hard to get used to. Like I'm still thinking like, okay, what do 2nd graders in public school need to know? I still have those silly thoughts like, is my son measuring up to the other kids? And I've already heard from other homeschoolers, because I did a lot of research before doing this, to not compare your kids, guys. Don't compare your kids to other kids. They all learn differently. Even us as adults, we all learn differently. Nobody is more or is better than the other just because we can accept ideas or grasp things differently. So anyways, so back. So it's got the scope and sequence. It tells you everything that's in there in the beginning. And then it's got scriptures in there to memorize. It has like the teacher, the course description. It tells you what's in the course. It tells you kind of like a overview of what's in it, how to use it, what to kind of expect. And then it's Charlotte Mason type of learning. There's a note from the author, a description about this course. It tells you about the oral narration, the memorization, telling your story. Kind of, these are teaching tips and help, which is, I didn't even read through the program before I started. I would just like open it and like, okay, let's go. I wish I would have read through it before I started, because there's so much in here that is helpful as the teacher, and helpful to the student as well. And who doesn't need more help when they're first starting out homeschooling? I know I do. So it's got even like a whole schedule set up for you. So it gives you like the first lesson, the exercise date, you know, if they completed it, when they completed it, checked it off and you can grade it right here. It's really cool. Okay, so there's that part. And then it's separated into semesters and quarters, and then you also have each quarterly test, and then you have a final grade at the end. Excuse me, goodness. Okay, so there's a bunch of different stories. They're mainly about Micah and Claire. So there's the little girl or guy right there. I can't tell which one that is. It looks like Claire. So anyway, so it talks about their two friends in class, and they go through the teachers. It makes it like a real life situation, like Micah and Claire and Mr. Lopez, and then they talk about literally talk about the lesson in, like they talk about the lesson in the story, make it like a real life concept that kids can grasp, especially the ones that are more hands-on learning. They need that real world experience in their mind to be able to understand the lesson. And so it gives you, like, here's exercise 2. It has grammar practice. It also has like a teacher note right here. And it's really, really what they call open and go. It's really just very straightforward and very well put together. So I actually really, really like it. And there's copy work, and there's extra copy work in the back. There's spelling practice, there's vocabulary words, there's sight words. They practice their grammar, their narration, they do writing. They do what's it called? This is a really, really awesome program, you guys. There's a lot of stuff in here that is really valuable. And in the back here, so this is what it looks like, sorry. So there's some more pictures, and then they've got like the lessons and everything, and it gives them areas to write and do copy work. It makes them look at these, it makes them say out loud what they see, how it makes them feel. It has memory verses for scripture, and I mean, it's just wonderful. They have quarterly tests, and in the back here they have like, these are the spelling words. So we're in lesson 6. So he knows how to spell all these already from first grade. So he's already set up with that. It's got extra copy work if he needs it, which my son does need that. Repetition sometimes. And then it's got these back here where they're like cheat sheets on what root words are, and contractions, and common contractions, suffixes, prefixes, all of these things. And then it's got all the answers in the back. I'm so glad I found this, because I'm not that organized of a person. I'm sorry, I'm not. And this really just puts everything together for me. Like, I mean, I am organized, but I'm not like creatively organized. Does that make sense? So I can't like put everything together because I feel like I'll miss something. And with this, I don't feel like I'm missing anything. I feel like everything for second grade is in here, and it's fun while we do it. Literally, you guys, this takes 15 minutes. 15 minutes, and that is like being gracious. Sometimes we get it done in 5 minutes, sometimes we get it done in 10 minutes. And if he needs extra practice, the resources are there in the back of the book. And they have it right now up to 4, like in the back. They have 2, 3, and 4. So I'm really happy. I'm most likely going to use this next year too. Like, and we're only on lesson 6, and there is, how many lessons? You can just look in the front. There is 36 lessons. So, 36 weeks of school, so 1 lesson per week. I used to use that in conjunction with a Scholastic, but I don't need it anymore. I don't need it, I do add extra writing and everything. Like, I'll add my son's, journal. He'll write in his journal. He'll write, like, I just tell him, well, I just make up a question like, how do you feel about blah, 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 or what do you think this will be, or, you know, what do you expect, or draw me a picture of, you know, stuff like that. So just some fun stuff for him to do in the morning. And then I always make sure he writes the date of every day in here. So his handwriting has actually gotten a lot better from the beginning of the year, because during the summer I really didn't have him do much. So, you know, kids need to be doing something in the summer to keep up with everything that they learned in the previous year. So in first grade he did do writing, but his handwriting was still, you know, a little sloppy. But so this is when we first started. So it was really sloppy. I mean, sometimes it wouldn't even be on the lines. And then now we are getting better. So it's a little more legible. It's more on the lines. This was a really good example. Another page, he was writing a lot better. So on the daily journal, we'll have a question, and then I'll have him write the date. I'll have him copy the question, and then he'll give me the answer, and then there'll be either a memory verse, or so if there's a new memory verse, we'll put down a memory verse, or if there's a vocab word, we'll put down a vocab word. And then he'll highlight it so he knows, because he uses this journal to do an open vocab book. So I let him, or an open vocab test. So I let him do an open vocab test, because once I see that he's able to, it's just a form of like learning or teaching him how to do note taking, so he can be ready for a test. And then we also are, for writing, we're doing cursive. So I made a cursive book. I don't know if I showed this to you guys before. I'm sorry if I did already. But he is doing cursive. This is just part of the language arts section, so I just thought I'd incorporate it into the video. But he is on, so he went through all of his letters already. He knows all of his letters. And now he's starting to combine them together. And he is so good at this. I don't know, he just picked it right up. He is just so good at he's just good at cursive. He's good at writing. He's an artist, I feel. I already see it. He's just like his dad. His dad's an artist, and they just have that special touch. They just do. And so there's that, and then so those spelling words that are in the back of the Language Lessons for Living Education book, the spelling words, so I'll write them on the board, and then he'll copy them down and he'll write them 3 times here on there. So it does get a little tedious, but I mean, it's only 3 times, and then we use it in a sentence verbally, and he also he also reads, so he sees these words. He's reading at like a 3rd grade level, 3rd and a half grade level. So he knows what these words are. He just needs help with his spelling. He knows what it says and he can read it, but his spelling, when he's actually writing a sentence, it's behind what his reading is. I'm not sure exactly why that is. You guys, if you know the answer to that, I would love to hear it. So write me a comment and let me know. But yeah, so we write down, this is like his notes notebook, so we'll write down like commandments, or I'll ask him questions on here, and then he'll answer. So this is kind of like my little fun book, I guess you could call it. But we're going to do our spelling words in here, and then, like I said, I didn't read that book. I didn't see that there was spelling words back there, so we just started this. I know he needs help with his spelling. That's one thing that I am trying to work on more with him. So I did buy the Spelling UC Jack and Jill curriculum, and when I get that, I'll open it up and I'll show you guys what's in it. I'm really excited for that one. I'm really excited with Master Books, man. They are good. They have their stuff together. They are really good. Like the math one, it's wonderful. This language arts one, it's beautiful.